So, so things like public speaking become important. I mean, the most successful investor in the world in history ever is Warren Buffett. And he has a master's degree and he's a degree from university. He doesn't have those certificates on the wall of his office in Omaha, Nebraska. He's one certificate. And with the Dale Carnegie course in public speaking, he has on his wall. And he says, if you can be a competent public speaker, it increases your net worth in many ways by 50%. Being able to get up and to speak. So I'm a huge fan of, like I have kids who've done debating at school, which I think was really, really helpful. And it is about learning the soft skills. I mean, the hard skills are great and you need them, etc. Hard skills get you on the ladder. Soft skills get you up the ladder. Lots of people have hard skills. Lots of people have those technical skills. And I'm always chipping away at schools and colleges here, and I go into them and they run things for transition year, and I've been into all the universities, trying to encourage them to take this seriously, because the CEOs around town will all say the same thing. The kids coming out of university today are fantastic, deductive, analytical, sharp, well-trained, great. We're so fortunate, but quite weak at soft skills. So they will text, not talk. They won't pick up the phone, right? So that's the world that we're in. So we have to kind of push back against that in things like being able to speak publicly and actually approaching strangers. I mean, I call it stranger danger. This concept that, what do we teach? What do our parents teach our little baby kids? Don't talk to strangers, right? Mm. But everybody you know and love in life, outside your mom and pop and your brothers and sisters, was at one stage a stranger. Something happened. You either met them at a party, in a pub, on a flight, or playing football or something, and they became part of your network. So you won't build a network unless you get comfortable talking to strangers. And there's this, the whole notion of homophily, where we only talk to people who are just like us. We have to seek out unlike-minded people. We have to seek out people who are quite different from us. They might look different, sound different, think different, pray differently, So, that's a challenge. And I think, the challenge we have now is that technology and these devices, we just spend our entire, I love them, we all love them. We all spend our entire life on these devices. And it's one-to-one communication, it's not one-to-many. My youngsters came home the other day and said, she said, isn't it great news? Young people are drinking much less than ever before. I said, yeah, possibly, but maybe it's not great news, because when you have a drink in your hand, you're talking and communicating and chatting to people, and you're being sociable, and so don't throw it completely out the door. So I think there's lots of those sort of characteristics. I'm also a great fan of a concept, I call it funnels of serendipity, how luck and chance are going to change and influence your life, but they don't happen lying in bed. Luck doesn't happen sitting at your desk. It happens when you're out and about, when you put your talents on display, when you talk to strangers, when you seek out unlike-minded people, when you break your routines, when you do all of these different things. It's very easy to end up living and working in a silo. I sometimes provocatively ask people, when was the last time you did something for the first time? And many people really struggle with that question.